What's going on, guys? My name is SPJ, and I'm here with another edition of Racism in Modern Day America. This one's for all my wrestling, specifically WWE fans out there. But anyone is welcome and encouraged to watch. So within the past month, Rich Swann became the WWE Cruiserweight Champion, Sasha Banks became the WWE Women's Champion, and The New Day became the longest reigning WWE Tag Team Champions of all time. Even if you don't know these names, what's important here is one thing they all have in common. They are all black. To my knowledge, this marks the first time in this entire industry that so many titles have been held by African Americans in one company simultaneously. The significance may be lost on some. Professional wrestling, like many other industries, historically has a dearth of African Americans that make it to the top. Only a handful have ever been major champions or become household names. To commemorate this achievement, New Day member Big E posted a picture of the aforementioned champions together on Twitter with the hashtag Black Excellence. There were many congratulatory responses, but on cue, just like anything that specifically mentions a successful person's blackness, there was negative feedback. Some tweets in response to Big E weren't shocking. Someone said, "Okay, that hashtag is unnecessary. Black excellence, really?" Someone said, "Come on, man, I dig all the champs, but what does race have to do with it?" And my favorite, if it was hashtag white excellence, you would see it as being racist. I want to stay there for a second. This is 1000% true. Let's not let things like objectivity and flawed logic overshadow context and being a generally decent human being. Yes, technically double standards exist. It's context that allows intelligent people to understand which ones are justifiably acceptable. If I told most intelligent individuals that they should allow their son to start drinking alcohol on his 5th birthday, they would look at me like I was crazy. Technically, I could then say, if he were 30 years old, you'd be okay with him drinking. Okay. Yeah, I didn't lie. It's technically a double standard. The several factors that combine to work as the context for this scenario, along with just being generally decent as a human being, will tell you why it's okay for one and not the other. Now back to the tweet. I don't even have to go that deep to get to the context of why this is significant. Blacks in wrestling don't get bumped. Sure, I'm overgeneralizing, but only a very little bit. I'm pretty much a lifelong wrestling fan. It was one of the ways that I bonded with my grandfather when he was still with us. So just off the top of my head, with no research, and I'll explain why in a second, some African Americans that have had major titles or a nice amount of success in the wrestling business are Tony Atlas, Mark Henry, Rocky Johnson, Dwayne Johnson, Booker T, Stevie Ray, Ron Killings, Charles Wright, Bobby Lashley, Montel Vontavious Porter, Jay Lethal, The New Day, Devon Dudley, and Ron Simmons. Now, 2 things about this list. One, some may object to my inclusion of The Rock. Not only do I understand and not have a problem if you don't consider him black, but, and I want you to clearly hear this, I couldn't possibly care less. I don't discuss levels or percentage of blackness when talking about situations like this. Secondly, as much as I love doing research and being well informed, doing so in this case would be counterproductive. We aren't discussing the black guy from that one indie promotion that is 2 blocks away from you who held the top title for 6 days that one time. No, we're talking about memorable success in the big companies of the industry. While my list isn't comprehensive, I'm sure I've made my point. Now, if you're still watching this at this point in the video, you probably either are a wrestling fan or one of my relatives. Hey, how you doing? If there are any non-wrestling fans left, you have likely at least heard of Hulk Hogan, The Undertaker, John Cena, The Rock, Stone Cold, the NWO, or DX. The wrestlers on this list, for one reason or another, have transcended the industry. Out of the 14 to 30 or so wrestlers, depending on how you count the stables, 2 of them are black. The issue isn't the amount of successful white people, it's the lack of successful black people. Kofi Kingston even had to make a post explaining a similar sentiment. So to be clear, this isn't a group of people attacking whites for anything. This isn't a group of people saying they are better than anyone based on factors that they can't control. It's simply a group of people happy to be a part of the change they wanted to see in their world. So to paraphrase a great person from the internet, let them be great. I'm SPJ and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.